All right, so it says that we're live. So welcome back, everybody. It is, what is this? October the 19th, 2025
Is
at
it
7
19th or
p.m. I
18th?
mean, yeah,
19th. It
19th.
is
And I
19th.
just said at 7 p.m., our old time, 5 p.m. Eastern. So, yeah, I can't believe the year is just already flying by. So, let's put this camera up. I don't know how many people we will expect tonight because we'd originally canceled on y'all, and then our plans got moved. So we had to quickly jump back and say, hey, we can actually do a live stream now. So I'm expecting a lot of people not to make it. And I already see quite a few people can't as well. And I'm going to go ahead and start this off. If I'm perfectly honest with you, I may cancel, or we may cancel this a little early tonight, earlier than normal, because we finally got rain. I'm grinning ear to ear. We have been in a severe drought, like for months. We've only had a couple sprinkles in
I
months,
can
y'all.
finally mow
I doubt it. It's
in a
going to
couple of
be, yeah, a
days.
few days. We got 8.85 inches, almost an inch earlier today. Oh my goodness, what a blessing it was. So, what that means is probably the deer are going to be moving this afternoon since it's cooled off,
And the armadillos.
and the armadillos and everything else that I care less about. But the deer are probably going to be moving. So, as soon as we wrap this live stream up, I'm going to do something I haven't done in a while. Probably run down to the deer blind and actually do some afternoon hunting. So I may kill this thing an extra 10 minutes early. I mean, we weren't even supposed to have a live stream tonight, anyways. Hopefully, y'all understand. So I've got the itch to go now that the rain has just passed on and left us, but it's overcast. There's no doubt in my mind stuff's going to be moving around this afternoon. So I don't know if we got Mr. Jimmy on. I bet he's already beat me. He's already in the tree stand right now, isn't he? So let me go back and start cherry picking some comments here. So I see Miss Lee is now traveling, getting ready for her super long cruise. Now,
Yes.
this is an old comment from a few hours
So
ago.
exciting.
So if you come back and watch it, Miss Lee, we hope you have safe travels right there. I see several people left some comments that they won't be making it tonight. So it is what it is. Sometimes it's like that. And then there's Jack Rabbit FPV. So that's Mr. France. He says, good seeing you at the Sunbelt Ag Expo. So it was very nice meeting you and chatting with you as well. We actually, well, I say we, somebody skimped out this year.
I
Tiffany doesn't get
was
super
on
excited.
dog duty.
Yeah, she watched all the animals. I don't think she's as excited about equipment as I am, but we actually had an extremely good turnout this year. I've shook hands and met more people this year than I have in the last several years combined. Even very early morning at the Solus Tractor booth, a bunch of y'all stopped by. I'm talking from like 8:45 on. It was nonstop.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it was so awesome meeting y'all. Just really, really enjoyed it. And then we kicked it over. I keep saying we. I kicked it over to the Grasshopper booth, met several more of y'all, including some familiar faces that come out every year. So that was a really, really good time.
Sorry I couldn't make it this year, but last year we had to hire somebody to come take care of the animals. So we figured this year I'd stay with the animals and take care of them.
And again, I don't think Tiffany's as excited about tractors and
You
stuff
never
as
know. I
I am.
might make it next year.
I think you're going to have to. What am I hearing?
I don't know. Somebody driving by. Sounds like a
Oh, it's a
tractor.
tractor. I was like, what am I hearing? It's a tractor echoing off the buildings
Welcome
over
to
here.
the country.
Let me guess, my neighbor's about to go back there and start making a bunch of racket now that I was saying I was going to go hunting. Luckily, deer don't mind tractors at all. So I see we got Andrew and Sankey on. Let me put
Hello.
this camera down because I'm noticing the comments are hitting me right in the face when I throw them up on screen right there. So he said, they say, good Sunday evening, family. How's everybody? We're doing great. Rainy day there in Kentucky. Finally had a rainy day here in Florida. I'm telling you, I
It's
am
nice
I
to
am
see it
so
for sure.
excited. I haven't heard rain, seen rain in forever. Now we're still in a 100% severe drought, but we were starting to get to the point I was starting to see fires and stuff popping up, especially on my way up to the Ag Expo last week, and I was very nervous we were going to wind up some forest fires and stuff around here. Now this rain will be gone in a couple of days, and we'll be back to a heck of a drought. And sadly, the next 10-day forecast I got to looking, I don't see no rain on it.
At
Nothing.
least it's cooling down a little bit.
Ooh, and my poor food plot is sure needs some rain. But yeah, this week it's supposed to be really nice, really cool.
Maybe we could have our first fire.
No, we did just have our first fire.
Well,
Well, we did have our first fire.
technically.
No, not before last. We went over to the river.
Oh, that fire. I thought you meant the when you were burning boxes out there.
Oh yeah, well we did stand around a Amazon box fire one night too. I'm losing my voice, but this week could definitely be cool enough for some fires. I'm seeing low 50s, potentially high 40s a couple mornings, and then what I just checked was the long range forecast. They're saying around Thanksgiving or 1st of November. I'm seeing low 40s here for several days. I hope that
Nice.
long range forecast is correct. Maybe winter is finally showing up. We sure need it. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, that's not for me. That one's not for me either. Somebody talking to Adam about
Oh yeah, his
his
procedure.
experiences. Oh goodness gracious. I'm reading. That one is also not for me. I'm not reading that comment. A bunch of medical talk in the chat I'm seeing. I'm trying to go down and find a comment for us or a question for us. Very interesting conversations there. So, Tiffany, what is for dinner? We can answer that one.
Yeah, so we're gonna do peppered steak and some, I guess you can call it roasted potatoes on the Blackstone tonight. So I'm pretty excited. I like those kind of meals.
All right.
I know they're not Andrew's favorite, but
It is what it is. I'll eat when I get back
yeah.
from hunting. All right. So I see we got Mr. Robert jumped on. Thanks for hanging out with us. We got Jay Terry. Lance asked about dinner. Boom, you just heard about it.
I'm hungry too.
Yeah, I'm actually not. Probably because I ate about a half a pound of mixed nuts earlier.
Yeah.
I was a little munchy.
And I haven't eaten since breakfast, so I'm hungry.
Yeah, Andrew has a different shirt on this week. Yeah, I went from
Yay.
gray to navy blue. How about that? And this is an old shirt I've just about wore out as well. All right, see, Mr. Walters jumped on, says hello.
Hello.
We got Dixie. We got quite a few people jumping on here all of a sudden. And then there's Adam getting recognized for talking about his favorite subject right there. Connie says they got 0.8 inches yesterday. Exactly what we got today. Looking at the radar, I thought it was going to fly through here. I was thinking, oh, great, we're going to need a quarter inch or something. And it come down hard. So I was so happy to get it. Okay. See, V12 says, I just got the video recommendation about the DIY hydraulic hoses. Is it really that good still? And do you recommend it? 100% I recommend it. I've had 0 issues. I've made up several hoses for a few different attachments, including my grapple. And it has a lot of pressure because I'm constantly holding down and putting full 3000 PSI to those fittings. No leaks, nothing's blew off, knock on wood right here, but I'm running multiple attachments at the moment, and I'm about to be crimping up some more lines for a future very fun build that's coming up. I've spent hours today getting parts and things together. Oh, we're going to have a really cool build coming up on the channel, some DIY stuff here. But I 100% recommend it. The 2 sets of hoses I've already made has 100% paid for my crimper. Literally, that's what they charge in town. So it's free to me from here on out. If I can get several more crimps in and for some reason it fails, it's pretty simplistic. I don't see why it ever would. It's already paid for itself, but I hope I can get years of service out of it. Highly recommend it. I don't personally think I'd be building hoses for the public or taking the liability risk with something like that. So that's on you. But for just stuff around the house, I have no issues. And if I were to ever build hoses with that, like say it's a boom that's holding up something that it could blow out and potentially hurt me or something like that, I would probably go get custom hoses made. But I don't know. It's earning my trust already. We'll see. But the majority of stuff I'm building hoses for is non-critical things that it's not like there's going to be a collapse if there's a blowout, if you know what I mean. So I'm very, very happy with it. I should have bought one a long time ago because I've spent thousands of dollars over the years just on simplistic hoses from town. Wow. Walter says they got 4 inches yesterday. Ooh, man, that must be nice. All right, Lance, this has been a popular question in the videos here. So how are the dogs? And I don't think I've seen Ruger in the last several videos. So why is nobody seeing Ruger in the videos no more?
Ruger has turned into an AC baby, and
I wonder how that happened.
He doesn't like to go out unless it's 3 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, he's ready to run. He's ready to come out on the porch, hang out with us, run around. So yeah, we try to get him out, and I'll kick him out sometimes, and I'll be like, go find your daddy, go. And next thing I know, he's on the deck box looking through the window, begging to come back inside. So it's like, what do? If I kick him out, he's pouting. I don't know. So I just let him do his thing. Yeah. And then, I mean, sometimes when the weather's good, like the other day, the weather was good and he was following you around for half the day.
Yeah. He's getting more active now that it's getting cooler. He's getting a little more frisky.
It cools down outside.
Yeah. Yep, but she's pretty much spoiled and made him an AC baby. So that's why you don't see.
He likes being with me.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, when I'm deep in the woods doing stuff like trail clearing and all, it's just dangerous. I don't want him out there around me. I would hate to drop a log or a tree or a limb on him. I'd hate for him to get on a moccasin. I can't keep an eye on him, so I don't want him out there in those type of videos when I'm far away. But I could ride him around in the afternoon, so to speak. All right, Josh says, Andrew, if you could redo the shop building, would you build a 30 by 40? Heck no, because that's smaller than what I have I'm assuming you think that's bigger. I have a 30 by 50, which was my dream. Actually, that's bigger than my dream shop. I had no idea I was going to get into all the stuff I've got into. Had I known that, I would have built like probably a 40 by 80, to be perfectly honest with you. There's one rule to live by: always go bigger than you think you need. Always build bigger, get more power, all those things. You're never going to regret it. And I was looking at a 24 by something shop originally, and I decided last minute to upgrade to this 30 by 50, which was a good choice, but I've already outgrown it. I'm literally considering doing another 30 by 50 addition onto this in like a couple of years after we get the river house done, assuming social media is still progressing and I'm still doing all this metal fabrication and woodworking.
Right.
But I'm talking about doubling the size of it to basically a 60 by 50, just so I can have a dedicated workspace and then a dedicated tool storage and vehicle lift and oil changing space. But I need more room desperately. There's more tools that I want. Shocker, right?
Always.
Well, I mean, realistically, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest with y'all, I've turned down 2 jobs recently, and it was kind of one and the same job. But one job I turned down would have been $10,000+ probably profit, with me not taking advantage of people. If I just had a couple, if they would be a few $1,000 tools, tubing benders and things like that. There was some stuff that I couldn't do. And I had to turn down something very, very lucrative. And I get offers for work all the time. So it's like, man, I think I could pretty quickly pay off a shop addition and some tools with the types of jobs that I'm starting to turn down. I'm building a really good tool arsenal, learning good skills, and there's people out there really willing to pay for that. I turn down stuff weekly. Like, I can make a really good living at that. And I don't plan on building houses and gigantic things forever. As I get older, my body says no. So where I see the future of this channel and our social media going is me in a shop creating really cool, fun things that y'all like to watch. Homesteading, cows, animals, just kind of focusing on the property and getting away from house builds and these big, gigantic, very risky things that we're doing right now. But who knows? We'll see where it all goes. So, Josh, build bigger. I don't know what you plan on getting into, but I'm not saying I regret my 30 by 50 shop. I just had no idea what the future held for me. I had no idea I'd be doing all this fabrication. Otherwise, yeah.
And if we known it was going to be that big, we probably would have put it out there.
Yeah, we probably would have not junked the yard up over here with all my buildings.
Yeah.
I do have some regrets for the way the layout is, but it is what it is. All right. So Redskin Garage says, hey, it's the ice maker, man. That would be me. He says, so have I been busting any, I guess that's wood lately? No, I have not, but I have been cutting up plenty of it, stacking it all out there, and I need to go back out in the woods and start getting. I've got sawmill logs staged out there, and I've got firewood logs, plus there's trees down everywhere. It's about to be cool enough now that I want to get into doing a little bit of firewood because I'm not going to be sweating my tail off. So we'll have some of those videos coming up as well. All right, Lauren jumped on, said, I hope all is well.
Yeah, we hope you're doing good. We
Just
hope you're out of the
listening
hospital.
Yes, hope you're doing well. I know you've went through some stuff here lately, and you've had a pretty long road, it sounds like. So hopefully you're doing well. Let's see what Adam has to say. Nose, ears, and head shave fun. Hey, we can take that between razors and all the other stuff I buy. And right now I'm actually long. I've started kind of going back completely bald again, shaving it down to nothing. Appreciate you, buddy. We'll buy some razors with that. Or with what razors cost nowadays, we'll buy a single razor with that.
Exactly.
Deborah jumped on from Nebraska, said it's 63 there. Oh, that sounds so nice.
What is it right now, you think?
I don't know. It's kind of muggy because all the
Yeah.
rain's still moving through, but it's in the 70s.
Let's see.
But y'all, it was 50.
75.
Okay. It's going
Right
to drop
now.
fast.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be nice in the morning, the rest of the week. Was it yesterday morning or the morning before? It was 50 on the dot here. We almost hit the 40s.
I think it was yesterday morning. It
Oh,
felt
it
so
felt
nice.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels so good. Mikey, goodness gracious.
Thank you, Mikey.
Mikey, we appreciate you so much. Good evening. Tiffany and Andrew just ordered the TYM T115.
Hey,
wow.
What a big one.
That's a big tractor.
Yeah.
That's a 115 horse monster tractor there, which, I mean, Mikey's got 300 something acres. You might as well have a tractor that big. You need a batwing mower and all kinds of stuff. So, Mikey, that was very generous. Appreciate you. And he said, sold the John Deere. So I'm starting to see that happen. I think, Mikey, you said I was the one that convinced you to get the John Deere 66 horse I remember correctly, just like mine. And I'm starting to see a lot of people kind of stepping away because uh, they're doing away with, actually they've done away with the right to repair. You can't do that. The hourly labor rates are going through the roof, just the overall nosebleed cost. I understand what's happening. So I get it. I couldn't imagine what 115 horse John Deere tractor costs right now. You probably just saved tens of thousands of dollars. And I've seen quite a few people run those TYM 115. So I'd be very curious to hear how that goes for you. Now, here's something cool. I may be getting that Solus 75 back. So at the show that I just went to in Moultrie last week, they had that big Solus 75 that I run on the channel once, but now it's got a power shifter in it instead of just synchro shuttle, so you don't have to press the clutch. And there's a chance, I was talking with the head of North American sales right there, that may be coming back potentially very soon. I'm waiting for a call in the next week, and we might be demoing that big bad boy here on the property again. Oh, would that be nice?
Yeah.
And they might send a nice size mower with it too. So I could park the John Deere and start getting some really serious mowing done. And I would love to pull a really big disc. It won't be no comparison to that big 115 horse you got. You literally just like doubled the size of your tractor. I bet you ain't
Yeah,
gonna know.
well, he needs it. It sounds like
Yeah,
with all the
I
property
bet
he's
you ain't gonna
got.
know what to do with that though. That's gonna be so weird going from a compact 66 horse to a full big frame 115. That thing's got to feel like a monster inside. So let me know how you like that. I'd be very curious to hear about it. Lance, appreciate you so
Thank
much.
you,
Just
Lance.
gifted out 5 memberships. So members, y'all probably been seeing, we've been giving some behind the scenes sneak peeks of stuff, and we are about to have 2 over the next few weeks to a month or 2. We're about to have 2 really big DIY, super exciting builds coming. Some of my biggest DIY builds ever, fabrication builds, and I'll start giving y'all some sneak peeks as well, which is a membership perk there. And we got to do a membership live stream. Won't be this week, it'll be the following week. We always try to do one of those and just give out a few other perks. So Lance, thank you for gifting out those 5 memberships. And like I always tell everybody, the memberships are completely random. Lance didn't get to pick who he wanted them. It's just kind of a lottery, who all's on, and something behind the scenes picks and throws them out. So whoever got them, you got them just at random.
Yeah, we do kind of got a little low crowd today. We only got 86 on today.
Yeah, that's very, very low for us. But we did tell everybody last week we weren't going to be on, and they probably made other plans, but that's all right. That's just gives me an even bigger excuse to knock off a little early and go hunting. Y'all will forgive me, right? You're going to forgive me. We're going to hang out with
You
y'all
gotta
for a little.
put groceries in the freezer.
I know. We are completely empty.
Yeah.
No sausage, and we run out of jerky 8 months ago.
And steak has just went through the roof in the stores, and
my
we're running low on our cow. Thank goodness we're getting more cow this year because, or next year when we get it, because we are running really low. We like our beef. So if we can get some deer meat, that would be nice for sure.
Yeah. So how's the chickens doing? Andrew and Sankey wants to know.
Chickens are doing good. I'm getting like 6 eggs a day. So I asked a friend today if she would like to start receiving some eggs.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start rotating over and
finally outrun us. And
Yep.
y'all, we eat eggs all week long. Like
I'm stocked up right now.
we'll skip a day or 2 every now and then, but we eat eggs, what, 5 days a week at
Mhm.
least, and they're outrunning us, which is a good thing.
And my eggs are so tiny, I have to double up on them. So whenever I do cook eggs, I usually make like 8. So you get 4 and I get 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we eat a lot of eggs. So Josh wants to know, would you ever make a tweak to your homemade rake to attach to the blade while the grapple is on the arm of the excavator? It's not a bad idea.
Oh boy, you got his wheels turning.
I've got something coming up as part of my one of my big DIY projects, and you've given me an idea there. I was thinking, I want my rake on the end so I can pull and push and do everything, but I get what you're saying. While you're already out there grappling and working and limbs are hitting the ground, could you lower a rake down to push? But here's the problem with that. I've got to bury my blade in the dirt for stability. So that means I'd be constantly mashing the tines in unless I had a way to store the rake and use it. I don't think I'd want to do that now that I think about it. I don't think I'd want to be jumping in and out, putting a rake on, taking the rake off, because I need to put my blade down for the stability again, for not tipping and lifting. It sounded good. I was already rolling with an idea in my head, but
He'll sleep on it.
I'll sleep on it. I don't think I'm going to do it though, because I need that blade to be
That
mushed in the dirt.
reminds me. we need to do that other shirt.
Hang on now. We said we were going to do one release a month, and I've already got the
I
next 2
know,
months covered.
but we talked about that one possibly not being one like in our little collection, but we need to go ahead and get that one.
I don't know which one. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me after.
Yeah.
By the way, we've started working on some new apparel. We're going to spice it up a little. Some things could be a little rough around the edges. We're going to have fun with the channel moving forward. I'm a cut up anyways, and my goodness, lots of negative. Oh, let's don't use Nancy's name because there may be some very nice. I know we got some nice Nancy's. There's lots of negative people in comments here lately. You should never give the trolls and the people the time of day, but they've actually kind of inspired me with a little bit of a merch lineup, some other stuff. So the trolls might actually earn us a little extra income. So thank you. So we're going to have some fun and interesting merch
Our
launch.
Smart A shirt.
Yeah, some merch launch.
Actually, Andrew has a Smart A side to him.
I do. I designed 4 shirts today. I done placed my order for them. It's going to take some time.
Well,
I got to get
designed them.
Yeah.
You.
Well, I changed some of them.
Okay. You give me a little credit.
Yes. Tiffany designed them. I've got a list of a bunch of stuff here, and I ordered 4 in today. They'll be in, so we'll go ahead and do a release if I like them and I'm happy with the way the logo looks, in the next couple of weeks. And then we'll release another one a little bit later. It'll probably be like the shirt of the month. We just won't leave them on the website forever and junk the website up. But we're gonna have a little fun, and then we'll probably have some relatable stuff like she's talking about, that everyday relatable
I
things.
need to make some for
saying
me.
other stuff.
I didn't think about that. I need to make some women's ones.
Oh, I was about to say something real smart, but I was gonna tick some people off.
Hold it in.
I want to say it so bad.
Oh gosh.
I got you a perfect shirt, but I'm
know.
gonna really tick some people off.
Know, yeah.
And it's just jokes, y'all. It's just jokes. All right. So let's see. Cindy says we also enjoyed the Multi Expo. Lots of walking and people watching. The highlight of the day was meeting you, Andrew. We plan to go back next year. Hopefully we can meet Tiffany too.
Sorry, I didn't get to meet y'all.
Yeah, so it was very nice meeting you and your husband. They're the ones that have some property down here.
I remember you telling me all about
I won't put all their
them.
personal business out there, but had very good conversation with y'all as well. And I appreciate everybody that come out to shake hands and say hello. Like I said, there was quite a few people this time. It was awesome.
We'll get Ruger a service dog outfit, and we'll just bring Ruger with us.
Actually, they have a no animals allowed period thing.
They probably will for service dogs.
Maybe so, but they were very strict on their entry rules for animals.
Ruger can be my service dog.
Yeah. All right, Ross says got busy cooking some burgers after a long day. Got into my reno and forgot about the time switch. Yep, I know it's still hard to get used to the time swap here, but people will slowly get used to it. I mean, look, it's already kind of getting dark on us right now. I keep bumping the camera up. If we were doing 7 o'clock, it would be horrible. Chris says hydraulic hoses are $175 a foot where you're at. Is that a joke? That is absolutely insane. Wow. Insane. So it would literally take 3 feet of hose where you're at to pay for your own hydraulic crimper. That's insane. Yeah, people are just pricing themselves out of all kinds of business. I understand stuff has gotten expensive and labor needs to go up and all, but some people are just straight highway robbery, greedy. It makes absolutely no sense. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Should I jump on the black stuff?
Yeah. Okay. Time's already actually flying. Go ahead and start that up because I am going to cut off a little and go hunting. So Lauren says, no, the shop that Andrew needs is about a 400 by 400 24-foot ceiling.
Exactly.
That's pretty much correct. That's what we're starting to feel right here. And Adam says, you definitely need like a 60 by 100. I do. I absolutely do. I think 60 by 80 would be perfect, but we're not putting another shop on this property. It already looks junky, honestly. I'm not even liking the idea of the shop addition because it's pushing out closer to the house, because behind the shop goes uphill and it'd be almost impossible to do a shop addition that way. But I certainly need it if I'm going to continue to keep creating and doing the things that I'm doing. Yeah, Chris says bigger is always better. That's why Tiffany married old beefcakes over here. Oh boy.
Chris.
Let's see what we got going on down here. So Bob says one thing about your live stream is doing it during the big race at Talladega. Oh, well, that'll definitely do it. I had no idea. I don't watch racing at all. There's something about just going in a circle and left-hand turns that I don't find too terribly exciting. Now, the crashes and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is an extremely low turnout for us. So probably between the race and us telling everybody that we weren't going to have it, I get it. but that's all right. It is what it is. Okay, Mikey, you said you had the 4075 John Deere. Okay, I don't know how I missed that because I've been very curious about that model, especially mine just on a little more steroids right there. But still, you're going from a compact tractor to a gigantic 115 big frame tractor. That's just going to be insane. Does Tiffany get an animal barn for the future cows? We don't plan on having a barn for the cows. I mean, we're just going to have field grazing type cows. But we are planning on the end over there behind the chicken coop. We may run the fence to that and have a bay or two over there after I rearrange a pole barn to where goats and cows could come in out of the weather, but typically grazing cows around here stay outside 24/7.
Yeah, we'll see what the future holds. We may.
All right. So any news on the river property yet? Says Andrew and Sankey. I can't remember. We did tell.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Well, we do actually have a little bit of news.
You told a person that you spoke with, but
okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me move this camera around.
You've been telling people I didn't know that you did.
Let me get this camera zoomed out. Tiffany's gonna start doing a little cooking. So yes, we actually did receive some news on the river property for the fish camp. However, we haven't got an official answer yet. But after radio silence for weeks and weeks, because you know our other guy quit that was running through all of our permits and all of our paperwork, I did hear from, I guess, whoever's picked our case up now that it is in final review now, but they had one little follow-up that we had to get done. That's already been taken care of. But it's my understanding last week it went in, I guess, to whoever's the head engineer, environmental engineer at that department for final review. So we could still get a yeah, or we could get a no, or they could tell us, hey, we want some additional follow-ups. But I have a feeling if it makes it to this point, the people that's been handling it should know what to do up to this point. And when it goes to the big boss, so to speak, to sign off, I would hope there's no more requests. That should already been handled. So hopefully next week we find out. Now we still got a couple more environmental departments to talk to. I have no idea if they're going to want anything or not, or if they're going to say thumbs up from us since you've already went through all this. But at least it's finally good news to hear from what's probably the most extravagant department we have to deal with as far as all the requests. Sounds like they might not be requesting anything else since we're in final review. So that's some good news. I'll take it. At least we heard from somebody. Oh my goodness. Mikey says I've already harvested 2 big does. So I did go this morning. I had 6 does come out on me, and including 2 really big ones, and then a couple 1-year-old yearlings, things like that. And we are still in doe season here. And I'm probably going to harvest me at least 1 so we can make sure we get some jerky and sausage like I want. However, I have not harvested my does just yet because we finally started getting scrapes popping up everywhere on the property after these 50-degree mornings. And I've got does actually working the scrapes on camera, licking the limbs and doing what they do. So any of them's going to start attracting bucks. I kind of hate to take them out of the pool right now, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to keep an eye on all that. See what else we got here. All right, so Lauren says, looks like you got your approval for your surgery soon. Just going through all the loopholes of medical treatment. Oh boy, do we know about all the loopholes and hoops to jump through. And, not necessarily as far as medical goes. She does, certainly. She used to be in that field. So I'm glad you got your approval. And hopefully all that goes well.
Should I turn on the fan for the Blackstone?
Yeah, you can. Might be pointed okay where it's at. Adam wants to know if we're making him a turd shirt.
Oh my God.
I don't think people would understand or buy that if I made one. They'd probably look at me like I have lost my mind. But guess what? We can make you one specifically and mail it to you. How about that? All right. Yeah. Redskin, you might be talking to that comment. He says, apparently I've been missing something. If you're talking about Adam's comments, yeah, that's his favorite subject here lately. So Paul, very good and valid point right there. Cotton Top, I used to watch his channel back in the day, has a rake that he can grapple with. I've seen people actually pinch. There's brooms for sweeping, rakes and stuff like that. That's probably something I should have thought about, made one that I could just grab with the grapple and do the sweeping. But as quick as it is, I'll be honest with you, when I'm going to use the rake, I'm probably going to go make an entire trip down the trail just sweeping. I think I think I'll just leave it the way I got it. But that's not a bad idea, one that you could grab as well. All right. I'm reading. Mr. Robert, yes. Boy, did I talk about that with a few people at the expo. That Ag
Yeah.
Expo supplied me with all the chewing tobacco I could handle, basically, back through high school. So that was the thing back in the day. Not only did school give us a free, counted towards school day off to go to the Ag Expo, but they pretty much didn't ID if you were 18 or not. And you could go running through those tobacco lines with, I remember we'd all be getting on the school bus. Boy, times are sure different now, with bags, sacks full of just chewing tobacco.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff. Times were sure different back then.
And Mr. Morris, I couldn't believe they let those kids get that stuff too. I guess I don't know if they had a fake ID or what. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them were 18 and they got, I don't know.
So what's the status of the tree in the background after all the treatments and stuff you put on it? It looks okay. It really does. But it's still got that huge gash in the side, even though I sealed it up. It's still got a crack in the side. My gut feeling is next hurricane that we get, or a really bad cold front, sometimes we'll get 60+ mile-an-hour winds in these cold fronts, especially springtime. I have a feeling it's going to split on us, and that may be all she wrote. So fingers crossed that don't happen, but it's not going to surprise me if it does. It's just got too big of a gash and chunk out of it. What can you do? So that's a good question. Is the water well at the river property holding up, and is it adequate for your needs? Shockingly, even though we have been in a severe drought, y'all, that river is so low, it went from black to like spring water green. I should have taken some pictures to show y'all.
Yeah, we need to take one because
we just got almost an inch of rain a day, and I bet it muddied it up. But y'all, the river has turned like an aqua green. It went from jet black to that. I had no idea. It is so unbelievably low. So I have been scared that our little shallow well was going to go dry. But we've been in such a bad drought. I have been running 2 sprinklers almost every single day of the week, running hundreds of gallons a day, like 500 gallons a day, just to save the grass and all the work that I did over there. And that well is not pumped dry. We have not had any issues. So it looks like it's going to take care of our needs just fine. I'm very, very happy. I'm reading. Todd says I'm late, but for good reason. Just scored me a Cobra CB for $15. Only thing I need is get an antenna and mic. Yep, I've got me a nice CB that Mr. Jimmy sent me because I was planning on.
Oh, did you hear that? What in the world was that?
That was a loud boom. Unless, I mean, the storms are gone. That shouldn't have been lightning.
No.
Just heard a really loud boom, like an explosion that way. Interesting. So Mr. Jimmy, who I see is on right now, he gave me a really nice CB because I keep threatening I want to put up a tower over at the shop and have me like a base station CB in there. That needs to be one of my future projects because there are still people around here that use CB. You know, I'm just thinking in the event of emergencies and all. Not only do I have my GMRS radio, I've got CB. Not going to get into ham at the moment, but I like having all those backup options right there. Will we see a live stream at the river property when completed, says Josh? Yes. So Josh, we've already tried to do a members live stream over at the property once. And sadly, my Starlink, because I've got some trees in the way, it kept dropping out the live stream.
But didn't we determine that we were possibly using the YouTube software back then? Or no? We need to go back and look, maybe.
We probably were.
Yeah.
But it kept dropping out so much, it would probably drop out on this as well. We may try a little private one day to test it again. So our Starlink works beautiful over there. As far as download goes, you can watch TV all you want. It stays buffered up ahead. You never see it buffer on your phone. But the upload, apparently, obviously, you don't buffer ahead a live stream because it's not pre-recorded. So if you have any dropout, and occasionally every few minutes we'll get like a 2 to 3 second dropout because as the satellites go across and I've got tree coverage over there, well, you see that on a live stream, but you don't see it on nothing else. And the last time we tried a live stream, it was so aggravating, we said we weren't going to do it again. Now, here's the thing. We actually have fiber over there, believe it or not, in the middle of the woods and nowhere we have fiber. So once we get the house complete, we will be putting the house on fiber. We'll call them to run and put that in. So yes, at that point, we'll absolutely be doing live streams there because we'll have the same fiber and connection that we have here. Super fast, super good quality. But we'll just have to keep testing the Starlink to see if over the next year or so we could potentially do that over here. Yeah, Bob, this has been scaring me. He said we're finding a few dead deer here in Western Kentucky. Looks like EHD. Yeah, I'm noticing all the way down in Georgia right now. This is the closest I've ever seen it to my state. There's some counties starting to say.
I've seen Georgia today,
yeah, well, that's
too.
CWD, the chronic wasting disease. They're starting to have some issues with that. And I pray it does not make it in our state because we've never had it here thus far. We've been pretty lucky. All right, Mark, all the way from Australia, says great to see you and your wife as well. Hello, Mark, all the way in the future because it's Monday over there, right? So crazy, always blows my mind. Can you give me the winning lotto numbers from today over here? I wish it worked that way. All right, so Redskin says if the water's green, could be runoff from the fertilizer. It's been that way for weeks, and there's really not much neighbors there.
Limestone.
Well, there's a lot of limestone in that river, which kind of gives a cloudy look. But the green, Florida is full of springs. Even when you don't see a spring, like off to the side, springs bubble up in our rivers. The only reason our rivers are black is because of all of the swamps and leaves and trees that we have, act just like tea leaves. And it's called tannin. So as the water soaks in those dark leaves and then it rains and water runs out of the swamp, it basically just tea stains the river. That's why it's like that here. But most of ours are actually spring fed anyway. You just can't see the spring water because of all the leaves. All right, so there's Chris. He said, good seeing you at the Ag Expo. Yeah, we've got quite a few people on here tonight that I ran into at the Ag Expo. So good seeing you as well, Chris. I'm reading. I think I might have made it to the bottom. I hope our live stream didn't cut off.
No, I think you are at the bottom.
Okay, well, we don't have a whole lot of people on tonight, so I'm actually blowing through pretty quick. All right, Debbie says, happy birthday, Chris. Did I miss your birthday again? Which I can't keep up with everybody's. If it is your birthday, Chris, a very, very happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
What, you about 75, 76, Chris? All right. So Nathan says, going back and watching the house build playlist. Can't wait till you start building the river house. We can't wait either. Here we are finally in cool weather. I want to be working while it's not burning up. Hopefully this winter we get a really good jump on it and get it framed up. And expect much better content this time. So I appreciate you going back and watching the old content. That really helps. But those videos are horrible. I did not do a very good job on them, but I was relatively new to full-time YouTube, didn't have good equipment, and we just keep constantly reinvesting in it. So this next house build should be a heck of a lot better. All right, y'all, kind of made it all the way to the bottom. Y'all got some questions? This is a pretty low or slow live stream for us. Typically, I don't ever get through all the questions. So keep on asking them. So do we have any gold in our streams? No, I'm not aware of any gold in Florida. We just we're not mountainous. We don't have all those types of streams. I've never heard of anybody finding gold in Florida. So all people look for here is artifacts. You know, that's the gold here. Artifact hunting. What you got to be careful. You can do it on private lands and other things, but you can't do it on state land, all that stuff. And then there's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? The bones and ancient stuff. Not artifact hunting. Fossils. There's a lot of fossils and stuff here. What's it? Mastodon or?
Yep.
Yeah, mastodon. There's a bunch of those here that people find all the time. Ancient sea turtles. You'll literally find shark's teeth in our rivers and springs way away from the coast. So there's a lot of people that do fossil hunting and stuff as well. All right, let's see what else we got here. I'm reading. Hello from Waco, Texas area. Love the burn pits you make. Yes, I'm telling you, I get, oh my goodness, people burn me up on Facebook about those, about how dumb it is. I will never burn another way. Oh, you're talking about the actual fire pits. My bad. Thought you meant the way I burn my trash and debris, which I love that way as well. But I'm glad you enjoy the metalworking there. So yeah, more of that will be coming, but I don't want to burn everybody out, pun intended, I guess. I'll make you too much of the same thing. But those are long lasting, awesome. Got tons of tanks that I've collected. I've got some other really cool ideas in mind that I'm going to use some of those tanks on as well. So we'll have some stuff coming. So Mikey says, can I hire you out to build hydraulic hoses? Mikey, email me. We can talk, but I'm very nervous about doing that because I don't technically know what I'm doing. And I really don't know that I want the liability. And I don't want to have no issues or risks tied up right there. So that's something you and I would have to discuss. Yeah, as Mr. Robert says, arrowheads and shark's teeth. We got them everywhere. And Bill says, I thought you were skipping tonight. Yeah, Bill, we were supposed to. We actually had family plans and they got moved. So we'll probably be canceling on y'all again. It's just, it is what it is. Actually, I need to be looking at some dates that Mom sent me right here. So we kind of made a last minute. We're going to jump on and chit chat with y'all, which I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to get off here in about 10 minutes, a little early, because we just finally had that cold front push through, the first rain we've had in months. And I'm running out to that deer blind because I have a feeling the deer are going to be moving. So I might cut y'all 10 minutes short right there. Let me check my phone, y'all, because we're about to start having a bunch of cancellations coming up over the next about 2.5 months, to be honest with y'all. It's just that time of year. We've got graduations. We have 3 Thanksgivings. We have 3 Christmases. We have family coming in from out of state. We've just got so much stuff going on.
All right, here's my peppered steak and potatoes. I don't know if y'all can see it or not.
No, it's kind of too dark.
No.
We were supposed to cancel next weekend too, but those plans at the moment looks like they have also been moved. So I still think we're going to be having a live stream next weekend as well. Yeah, Big Wave says, I really like that swinging grapple on the excavator. Bring it over here. That thing is a game changer, y'all. That right there, I don't know. I don't even have the slightest clue what it's going to cost. I can take a wild guess. Some people are going to be shocked that, oh, it's too much. And then I've already had some people take wild guesses what they thought. It won't be nowhere near. Some people are going to think it's very reasonable. But no matter what the price winds up being on that thing, it may not make sense for the average homeowner. But for if you got a lot of tree cleanup like I do, and you are actually willing to go use your excavator to make money, I could probably pay off whatever that thing will cost in 1 week doing hurricane cleanup. I cannot get over how productive that is. So if you have an excavator and you want to do storm and debris cleanup and make money, oh my goodness, you better be eyeballing that thing when it comes out. And I've been working it hard, y'all. I've done cleared an entire section of trail. There'll be some more of that content coming. And then I have got another really, really bad section of trail to clear that we'll probably get after that in a few weeks. But I have been abusing it. I've got it in some binds and I haven't bent nothing, haven't broke nothing, not one leak. I'm very, very impressed with that thing. I thought for sure I was going to bend it and I haven't at all. Dale says, you look landlocked with all your responsibilities. Do you ever take time off, a beach, a cruise, a road trip? Florida looks like a nice place to travel. I am a glutton for punishment. I'm obsessed with work. I should take time off. Like literally, I went fishing twice this year and I love to fish. I should be fishing multiple times a month. We've worked hard and provided a lifestyle to where I could do that. I should be hunting more. We should be taking trips, but I literally work 6 to 7 days a week because I'm just trying to focus on this business. 7. Yeah, pretty much 7. I get up a lot of mornings here lately. I've been getting up at 3:30, got up at 4 o'clock this morning. I'm on the computer, I'm editing, I'm doing stuff. But I love what I do. I really do. It's work. It's work a lot of times. There's no doubt about that, but I love what I do. So it doesn't burn me out or feel like work. With that said, we've worked very hard to get where we are in life. We've worked very hard over the last few years, especially. I should take some time off and go enjoy the fruits of our labor. I really should. And we've been talking about that. We probably are going to start doing that. If I'm being perfectly honest, we're probably going to cut back a live stream or 2 a month and start actually taking Sunday off, something I haven't done in forever. We'll still do several live streams a month, including members. So we are going to work toward that, but I'm not going to say we're going to take it too easy for a while because we've got a house build starting here before long. And I'm going to want to make other content outside the house build. And that's going to require, so much time, energy, effort, and labor from us. But I do it to myself. We really should take some time off. We're talking about, we actually do have a little weekend trip coming up in a few months. And we're talking about taking another trip next year. That's something we rarely do. we usually go what 3+ years without taking a
Yeah, and
trip.
then we might do a decent one, yeah, every
Yeah.
couple of years.
But coming up in a few months, we're going to take a little weekend trip, force ourselves to take like 2 days off. It is what it is. And then next year, we are finally talking about taking a nice trip. The last nice trip we took was what? The Keys.
The Keys.
Yeah, I know we went to Vegas, but that was actually a work trip. I had to work a lot while I was out there. It's the only reason I went. And honestly, gambling in Vegas, that ain't my jam. I don't really care about all that. So the last nice trip was three years ago, Vegas. I mean, Keys.
Yeah, it's probably going on 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been.
It was during COVID, I think, like
Yeah,
right
it
after
was.
COVID.
Yeah, it's been
It
a
was
while.
like 2021, I think.
Yeah, sounds about right. Might have been 4 years
So
ago.
Barbara is asking for my recipe.
All right.
So all I did, let me grab my sauce here. All I did was cut up some onions and peppers and sauteed them, and I took some shaved ribeye, chopped them up into like square pieces, and I marinated them in this sauce. Now, a lot of recipes online call for like soy sauce and all of the garlic and pepper seasonings and all that, but I like this sauce better than soy sauce in my opinion.
I think I do too.
Yeah, plus it has a little bit of a thickness to it, whereas whenever you do the pepper steak, it calls for you to do like corn starch at the end with like the soy sauce. So I just like using that, and it kind of sticks to everything really good. And then the potatoes, I just slice them into like little wedges and put them in the microwave in a bowl and water for about 7 or 8 minutes. And then just tossed them with olive oil and paprika and garlic and pepper and all that. So yeah, pretty easy.
It is pretty easy, especially with
And
something like the Blackstone. All right, Andrew and Sankey, thank you for bringing it up. Y'all, I never bring up our other ways we earn unless y'all bring it up. So how is our Amazon account doing this month? We started out like a rocket ship this month. Thank y'all so much, everybody that's been doing your Amazon shopping using our link, which I just posted down in the comments, by the way. However, this last week, it ground to a halt. I don't know what happened. So we still are on track to potentially hit a bonus this month, but this past week was, I don't know what happened. If that keeps happening, we won't hit it. It is what it is, but we still earn a small commission for all the shopping y'all do through our Amazon link. So thank you, everybody that's using that.
Yes,
you click on it, you go to the search bar, type in whatever you're buying for the day. Amazon basically says, thank you for driving traffic to us. Here's your little credit for the month. And they invite us in a bonus program. If enough people use it, we actually get a really nice bonus for the month that we use toward all these cool builds and crazy things on the side. Like I said, y'all been covering our diesel and gas bill for probably over a year now, just with the commissions. And that is such a huge blessing to us. It really is.
Thank you.
So thank you, everybody that's using that. And if you ever forget the link, it's in the video description of everything I post on YouTube. It's one of the more important ways that we earn side income. YouTube alone does not cover all that you see. It's just not the way it works, but it is probably our biggest income, the ad revenue, but it takes all these other little things on the side to allow us to venture out and take risk and do all the cool stuff that y'all like. So thank you for bringing that up. Means a lot to us. All right, we'll grab a couple more comments, and then I told y'all I might cut it 10 minutes early tonight. I got the itch to get out and getting that deer blind. So yeah, we're gonna go out there and do that. Nathan says, I bet the Dude Ranch guys would love a grapple for their excavator. Yes, I actually talked with him last week about it. Whenever he's seen my video, he's like, oh, I need one of those. I was like, yes, Jake, you absolutely do. Because Jake does tree service for a living. He could use one of these grapples more than I can. Even though I got tons of property and plenty to use it on, he could use it daily. Like for him, it'd be a no-brainer. He could absolutely make serious money with something like that.
Yeah, I hope it does well. And
I hope it does well. As well. Bombalite took a risk on me. I love that company. Great people. Worked with them for a couple years. Make fantastic products. They don't cut corners. They don't build the cheap Chinese stuff. That's why their stuff costs a little more. It is what it is. They use good hydraulics and everything else. So I hope it does really well for them. But it is so handy. And I have a feeling Jake's probably gonna get his hands on one. I have a feeling he will. Paul, you're like me. I'm a terrible vacationer. I just want to get where I'm going and get back home. That's me.
Yeah, that is him for sure.
Yeah. Adam says a belly flop. Not happening. I'm in boots and jeans. Have you lost your mind? Don't forget, I said it was 50 degrees the last few mornings. It was actually cool enough as I was walking out in the dark. Steam was coming out of the pool. You can tell the pool's dropping temp quick. Yeah, belly flop days are over. And Barbara says, thank you.
You're welcome.
And Mikey says, belly flop. Again, I'm not drowning. I'm wearing boots and jeans. Y'all crazy. You lost your mind.
He's going to belly flop right in the deer blind.
That's exactly where I'm about to go. All right. Bob says, keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep watching. Well, we appreciate y'all so much. I appreciate y'all tolerating the smorgasbord of content. I appreciate y'all tolerating the sponsorships, y'all. We just can't do what we do without those types of things, but we're doing our best to provide and make as much cool content as we can afford to do. But sometimes other things got to pay the bills. So I appreciate y'all just sticking with us as long as you have and doing doing what you do. You know, spending your Sunday nights with us, watching content you maybe don't want to watch, commenting, thumbs up, like all that stuff literally adds up big time for us. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go out there, wish me luck.
And I'm going to eat dinner.
She's going to eat dinner. I'm going to go out there and eat what's left of my HE1. Not sponsored. It's still floating around in my ice, my water right here. It still tastes like vitamins. I've been drinking it all day long. Thank y'all again.
Yes.
As of right now, it looks like we are going to have another live stream next Sunday, and then there may be some cancellations starting after that because it's the holiday season for us. So good night. God bless.
Good night. Have a blessed week.
We hope you all have a wonderful week. We'll see you. Y'all take care.
Bye.